So, good morning. I'm happy to see you. I'm not happy with the circumstances, but I hope you're all doing okay in terms of your own personal safety. I know you're covering a war zone, but I wish you all well. I will start with a short video, and we'll go further to my presentation, please. These are pictures of children who are now under Hamas abduction, hostages. And my nation is bereaving. This tragedy has inflicted almost every home in Israel. Somehow here you know somebody who lost his life, who was wounded, or is under captivity as a hostage in Gaza. And it will be a long and drawn-out campaign against Hamas, which is basically a long drawn-out campaign against ISIS. I'll show you, with your permission, some data, updated data. 5,000 rockets, missiles launched at Israel. 2,800 fell open in areas on the sea. 350 were intercepted by Iron Dome, and we had 80 direct hits. 30 plus communities infiltrated, most of them evacuated now, with huge tragedies. We know you follow up about 1,300 killed and 3,300 injured. Amongst them, people from 36 nations projected. We'll show you a map of all the flags. I will just mention them. Australia, Austria, Austria, Azerbaijan, Argentina, Belarus, Brazil, China, Chile, Canada, Denmark, Eritrea, Estonia, France, Germany, Hungary, Italy, Ireland, India, Kazakhstan, Mexico, Portugal, Poland, Philippines, Panama, Romania, Russia, South Africa, Spain, Sri Lanka, Sudan, Thailand, Turkey, Uzbekistan, Ukraine, United States, and United Kingdom. Still, a lot of the data needs to be verified. Over the last 2 years, the border with Gaza was extremely calm. In relative terms, Israel has taken enormous steps to calm down the situation and ease up the pressure in Gaza. It has opened up its borders, a major growth of trade between Israel and Gaza.
Becky Anderson from CNN. The collective punishment of a civilian population amounts to a war crime under international law. The US has warned Israel to uphold laws of war.
But I just answered, Becky, you haven't heard probably their reply to ITV. And I'm quite disappointed that that's what you're asking instantaneously. Haven't you seen? You've seen, you were all there. You've seen. So now we're starting with the rhetoric about war crimes? Really? Truly?
With respect,
what do you mean?
With respect,
truly? You see, I just said that Israel abides by international law, operates by international law. Every operation is secured and covered and reviewed legally. With all due respect, I truly believe that it comes totally out of context.
President Herzog, Matt Fry, Channel 4 News in the UK, thank you very much. Let me first of all say that there's an enormous amount of genuine, authentic sympathy for Israel and for what your country is going through right now. But listening to your answers, in the last few minutes, I'm a little confused. Because on one hand, you say that Israel abides by the rules of war and is very careful to avoid the loss of civilian life in the Gaza Strip. But at the same time, you seem to hold the people of Gaza responsible for not trying to remove
No, well, I'll
Hamas.
tell you.
Now, let me finish.
Do you
My
hold
question-
a missile in your kitchen, in your living room?
Can I ask my question?
A missile that is sent on our head here, and if there will be a siren, it's a missile from that kitchen.
My question is this, if I may. You seem to hold the people of Gaza, the civilians of Gaza, responsible for not removing Hamas, and therefore, by implication, that makes them legitimate targets.
No, I didn't say that.
But
I did not say that.
you
I
said
want to
that.
make it clear. I was asked something about separating civilians from Hamas. But with all due respect, if you have a missile in your goddamn kitchen and you want to shoot it at me, am I allowed to defend myself? Yes.
No one
That's
is-
the situation.
no one is denying the
These
right of you to
missiles
defend
are
yourself.
there. These missiles are launched. The button is pressed.
Okay.
The missile comes out from the kitchen onto my children.
But the question is this. Ultimately, you can't remove the people of Gaza. They're going to be stuck in this neighborhood. whether
So
you
we
like
have
it
to
or not.
fight. What do you want us to do?
Well-
So we tell them,
But
get
what-
out, and we fight
But
against
what
the
happens
launchers.
eventually? What happens eventually? Right? Once this war is over now, you're going to have to live with them side by side.
Absolutely.
What's the plan?
The plan is we have to make sure the Hamas will not be able to repeat this again. That is the plan. That's what we are trying to do.
And if you
With all due
decapitate-
respect, I see nations fighting terror, okay? Many decent nations, when they fight terror, they fight terror. We are fighting terror. Humanity has to decide, are we accommodating terror or are we fighting terror? We are fighting terror. And we saw the worst atrocity possible. We see the worst atrocity possible by a whole campaign of a movement which has major support with our neighbors. Major. They believe, many people believe in it. I agree. There are many, many innocent Palestinians who don't agree to this. But unfortunately, in their homes, there are missiles shooting at us, at my children, at the entire nation of Israel. We have to defend ourselves. We have the full right to do so. And it's about time that the world understands it. This is the tragedy of using terror. And terror there's no mercy to terror.
Mr. Secretary, my good friend Tony, thank you for your important visit here today, for your incredible support for Israel in our war against the barbarians of Hamas. Mr. Secretary, your visit is another tangible example of America's unequivocal support for Israel. Hamas has shown itself to be an enemy of civilization. The massacring of young people in an outdoor music festival, the butchering of entire families, the murder of parents in front of their children and the murder of children in front of their parents, the burning of people alive, the beheadings, the kidnappings of a young boy, not only kidnapped, molested, hurt, attacked, and the sickening display of celebrating these horrors, the celebration and glorification of evil. Hamas is ISIS, and just as ISIS was crushed, so too will Hamas be crushed. And Hamas should be treated exactly the way ISIS was treated. They should be spit out from the community of nations. No leader should meet them. No country should harbor them. And those that do should be sanctioned. Tony, my friend, I say to you, I say to all of us, there will be many difficult days ahead. But I have no doubt that the forces of civilization will win. And the reason that's true is because we understand what is the first prerequisite of victory. It's what you just said in our meeting. Moral clarity. This is a time, a particular time, a special time, that we must stand tall, proud, and united against evil. Tony, you are taking that stand. America is taking that stand. Thank you for being here today. Thank you, America, for standing with Israel today, tomorrow, and always.
אנחנו 5 ימים אחרי אירוע רצחני, אכזרי ומפתיע. הטבח של מחבלי חמאס הרצחניים, חיות האדם, בילדינו, נשותינו, אנשינו, הוא חייתי, הוא לא אנושי. צה"ל נלחם בטרוריסטים חסרי רחמים, שביצעו מעשים שלא ניתן להעלות על הדעת. בכל מקום שיש בו אנשים, בכל מקום שקיימת בו אנושות. על המתקפה המתועבת הזו החליט יחיא סינואר, הריבון ברצועת עזה, ולכן הוא וכל המערכת שתחתיו הם בני מוות. אנחנו נתקוף אותם, אנחנו נפרק אותם, נפרק את המערכת שלהם. צה"ל תחת פיקודי מבין את גודל השעה ואת גודל המשימה המוטלת על כתפינו. צה"ל אחראי לביטחון המדינה ואזרחיה, ובשבת בבוקר בעוטף עזה לא עמדנו בזה. אנחנו נלמד, נתחקר, אבל עכשיו זו עת למלחמה. בשעות הקשות האלה אני רוצה שתדעו, צה"ל כאן, כוח המגן של מדינת ישראל, בכל עוצמתו, יכולותיו, ובעיקר אנשיו הנפלאים. אני מאוד גאה לעמוד בראשם של מפקדים וחיילים הנכונים להילחם בחירוף נפש ובנחישות. ביניהם אלפים רבים של חיילים וחיילות במילואים שעזבו הכל ברגע אחד והגיעו כדי להילחם, כדי להגן על הבית. הייתי בשטח, ראיתי את הזוועות, ראיתי את התמונות, שוחחתי עם מפקדים ולוחמים שלחמו בשטח. לצד הזוועות של האויב מתגלים גם מעשי גבורה של האזרחים, החיילים ואנשי כוחות הביטחון וההצלה שלנו. הם לקחו את מה שהיה להם ויצאו להילחם קדימה ולעצור את המתקפה הזו, כשלעיניהם רק דבר אחד, להציל חיים. מחיר המלחמה כבד וקשה. אני משתתף מעומק הלב בצערן של המשפחות השכולות שאיבדו את היקר להן מכל. אנחנו נעשה הכל כדי להשיב את החטופים חזרה הביתה. רוח הלחימה של צה"ל מכה במלוא עוצמתה את עזה, ואנחנו לא נעצור כאן. יש בה החלטיות, יש בה זעם. במהלך תקיפות רחב אנחנו הורגים מחבלים רבים, מפקדים רבים, משמידים ומחריבים תשתיות טרור שתמכו את הפשע הנורא הזה, האכזרי הזה. עזה לא תיראה אותו הדבר. אנחנו נגיע למצב בו מי שהנהיג את עזה יוכה קשה, נפרק אותו. ומי שישאר שם יבין היטב שדבר כזה לא עושים למדינת ישראל. זה ייקח זמן ונדרש לגלות אורך רוח. טוב שהלכידות והרעות איתנו כאן ביחד. אנחנו נכה מכה ניצחת באויבים שלנו. זאת המשימה שלנו היום, ואנחנו נחושים מאוד להשיג אותה.